everyone. I'm Mary Fainbrandt, the host of this show, Bite-Sized Tips for Busy Entrepreneurs. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending where you're watching from. Today, we are talking all about LinkedIn, my favorite platform, probably my favorite business topic. If it's not LinkedIn, it's definitely tech tools and tech software. We're going to be talking today about how to make meaningful connections, turn those connections into conversations, and then turn those into opportunities. I bet you thought I was going to say clients. They could turn into clients, but let's broaden the way you think and talk about how to turn those into opportunities. Hi, everyone. I'm Mary Fainbrandt, CEO and host of the show Bite-Sized Tips for Busy Entrepreneurs, where I interview savvy business owners to help you scale and grow your business with ease. I've got a story I'm going to share with Monte in just a minute about why you need to stay on LinkedIn, even if you're killing it in business. If you've got a big book of business and leads are just coming in, should you disappear off LinkedIn? I'm going to answer that in just a couple minutes. But today we've got Monte, the myth, the man, the LinkedIn machine is joining me today to talk about all things LinkedIn. And it's really our favorite platform. We're both LinkedIn strategists, consultants, and content creators, something that I didn't know that I love to do as much as I do when I'm working with my clients now. So you guys know how this show goes. It's 30 minutes, 30-ish minutes, 3 tips, and we want this to be engaging. So please ask your questions. Tell us where you're watching from, and definitely tell me what business you're in, what industry you're in, because my favorite thing to do, my God-given talent, is connecting people with people, places, and products. So maybe someone in my network needs to know you. So today's tips are going to go down like this. Engage first, take 2 minutes to look at someone's profile. Please, for the love of God, take 2 minutes and look at someone's profile first, and then know who needs you and forget the rest. Before I bring Monte up, I need to give a big shout out to StreamYard, who is the official sponsor of this show and 15 Minutes of Fame, which airs at 5 p.m. tonight. StreamYard makes it easy to go live literally by just pushing the button that says go live. And you can make it your show on brand with your fonts, colors, and the intro video you saw and the outro video that you'll see later. But enough about StreamYard and myself. You know what? Let's get Monte up here. Monte.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, you know, I finally get to check Be on Mary's show off my bucket list.
Right. Oh, I was on your bucket list. Aw, I like that. We should make being on Mary's live show a bucket list item for all amazing business owners out there. I would probably have to do a show every day, but wouldn't that be fun to start a bucket list like that?
I just created a marketing strategy for you.
Oh, I like it. We're going to talk after the show. Hey, so I just want to say good morning to a couple people. We've got Bez in the house. Go Bez. I love the work that Bez does. Monte knows Bez. We've got Crystal. LinkedIn Ninja is in the house. You know, Crystal, sometimes in my marketing, and way before you, I would say a LinkedIn Ninja tip. So, because I love that, and I love your branding about that. Allie joined us. Hey, Allie, how you doing? It's been a while. I've got Sherry checking in for a bit. Happy to learn new ideas. All right, so we've got people from all over the states checking in and joining us. And I've got my private group open up over here. So when you see me go like that, I'm making sure that we don't ignore anyone over there because I can't see their comments over here in StreamYard because it's a private group. So hence the term private, and the comments and stuff need to remain private. So Monte, before we get started and diving into our love of LinkedIn and for the love of God, what people should be doing and not doing, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your agency that, you know, my other good friend Isaac, now you guys have joined, but tell everyone a little bit about your background and why, you know, you're this content creator and you have this agency, and I love the work that you're doing. I love the content that you put out. So let's start with how'd you get started? Did you just wake up going like, yeah, LinkedIn's the platform I'm going to be on?
No, I actually wound up kind of getting fired. So when it wasn't technically a firing, but I was working for a company that lost a primary account. And so the owner came to me and said, you know what, I'm going to be able to pay you for like one more month, and then that's going to be it. So I've had 27 years of marketing experience or more, marketing and sales. And, you know, I'm 48 years old, was 46 at the time when this happened. And I thought, you know,
dropped your age. Like people don't ever, I mean, Matt, I'm sorry, I just had to jump in. I'm like, are you putting me on the spot? Do I have to announce my age?
No,
like,
no, you don't.
I don't care.
So,
age is just a number. I love it. So where you're giving hope to people that are older right now, you just inspired and gave hope to people that are like, oh, I'm hitting my 50s. I can't possibly start my own company.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I'm a graphic designer by trade. So I have been working with clients ever since I was just right out of college. But I had gone to be a VP of marketing for a company, and so I kind of sold off, if you would, all of my clients. And so in May of 2019, I was saying, okay, well, should I go and try and find another job or just get back to doing what I want to do? So I did that. I was like most people, probably 90% or more of people that have had LinkedIn for a long time, never really used it at all. Had only, 502 connections in May of 2019. So I decided, okay, I'm going to see if I can figure out how I can make this platform work. If I can make this platform work, then I'll see if I can make it work for somebody else. And if I can make it work for somebody else, then I can have a business. So I took my marketing experience. I was an SEO person before that, so I'd really spent a lot of time researching search engine optimization. Started applying some marketing elements to the platform. I did start posting daily. Back then, I was posting all about search engine optimization and debunking some of the common things that were out there on the platform. Started having a lot of people that would engage with me in that, and it just kind of evolved from there. As I took the first 8 months, and I will tell you, I spent probably 13, 14 hours a day on the platform for a very long time, just engaging people, trying to understand more about the platform, asking any and all questions to anyone and everyone about their experience with LinkedIn. Started taking things that I would hear from other people, molding them into my own strategies, and ultimately got to the point where I was beginning to build up a fairly decent following. And then I just decided I'm going to now, after 6 to 8 months, figuring out that, okay, I can build a decent following. People were reaching out to me asking for help with their own LinkedIn account, and what they could do with that. I decided, okay, I'm going to try and take what I've done, see if I can help other people do the exact same thing. And I started in that process. And so about 6 months teaching mastermind groups and working with other people on the platform, other people were beginning to get that success as well. So probably about 3 months ago, I think now, is when Isaac and I joined forces.
I love it. Two of my favorite LinkedIn guys.
Yeah, I saw them on your intro, which was awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely on my intro. So the intro will have to be updated, but I really look up to both you and Isaac and
Thank
Beth
you.
Granger and Judy, everyone that's in that other group.
Totally.
I've learned so much. And I think that we learn, instead of being afraid to let people into your network who do the same thing as you. LinkedIn consultants,
Absolutely.
LinkedIn content strategy, instead of being fearful that they're going to take your business, right? Because that's that's a mindset for a lot of people when they're starting off. Embrace them and learn from them, support them. And you just never know where that, again, we're talking about relationship building, right? You never know where that connection and that conversation, you never know what opportunity will come from that.
Yeah, and I love what you had to say at the beginning of that, that we're talking about opportunities, not necessarily sales, if you would, because opportunity is so much more, and there's so much more value in the opportunity that you find on LinkedIn. From my standpoint, the sales aspect of it and actually building your business of it is kind of the cream on the top of that, I mean, which is always there. That always comes into place. But to your point, I mean, there's so many quality people on LinkedIn, and that have made LinkedIn their life. It's the difference between having, a scarcity mindset or one of abundance.
Exactly. So my thing this year was the 3C method: how to connect, cultivate, and convert. But convert doesn't necessarily mean into clients. Of course, you're going to convert some of your network into clients. We all need business. But as I stated in the beginning, it's about converting to opportunities like referral partners. Those are way going to outlive a client, right? A one-off client, a referral partner, or a brand ambassador. I always like to say that Bez is one of my brand ambassadors, because here was this guy just commenting on all my posts and then jumped over into my private group. And that led to me having him on the panel for LinkedIn Remastered. And, our relationship on LinkedIn, learning about each other, commenting on each other's posts. So it's really about connecting and cultivating the relationship. And then what that converts into is really up to your approach and your mindset. So we've got a lot of people jumping up here, and I want to put this on the screen for my girl, Sherry. Monty, if you haven't been fired at least once, well, then maybe we should. I think it said learn. I think what she meant is you can learn a lot.
You can learn a lot. Yep, you certainly can.
And we've got Russ Hedge. I don't know if you know Russ Hedge. I'm on his show tomorrow at 8 a.m., folks.
Fantastic.
We're just being, you have to look at every opportunity to connect. Yeah, definitely need abundance mindset. So Monty, let's get started on the 3 tips that we want to discuss today. And that's engage first. I know that you and I know this strategy. Take 2 minutes to look at a damn profile, folks. Like if that is a hot one for me, so we'll get to that one. But let's talk about when we put in the marketing materials, this is what you wanted to talk about. So tell me, when you say engage first, what do you mean by that?
Well, if you are talking about from an algorithm standpoint, and then from a relationship, so let me tackle it from both of those. Okay, so from an algorithm standpoint, when you are engaging other people, that shows LinkedIn that you're active on the platform and you're of value. Okay, so LinkedIn definitely has a value of users, and one of the primary things that you can do with posting is engage somebody that you haven't engaged with before in the feed or in your hashtag feeds prior to posting. So a lot of people will engage the same people every single day, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You want to build up your tribe. You want to have people that are close to you that will engage all the time. But you also want to, spread your wings a little bit and show LinkedIn that you can engage other people too. So,
and it's good for your network, because if we just stay on our little, it's kind of like when you're in school, right? You have those little cliques.
Yep.
Well, so if you only stayed in that little social clique, when I was growing up, you have the athletes, you have the socias, the ritzy, glitzy girls, you have the stoners. You're right. That's what we called them back in the day. And you have the nerds. Like those were the groups. And to be honest, I didn't fit in any of those groups. That's a whole other show. But if you only stay in your sports group or the nerd group or the acapella group, you never get to meet other amazing people. And in this life, we need to have a robust network filled with people that are different from us, as well as people that are the same as us, because that's when we can learn and grow.
Absolutely. And the second point follows off of what you're just saying there, is that when you're looking at somebody's profile, dig a little deeper than just the title, right? Maybe even if it's just the first line of the about section, figure them out. But I'll tell you, the number one best way to figure out somebody on their profile is go to their all activity section.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And then just check out what they comment on, check out what they like. And that tells you a lot about who somebody is and what their interests are. So if you can engage with them there, then you're going to really get a lot of attention, because the fact of the matter is most people don't get a ton of engagement on their content on LinkedIn. It is a challenge. It takes a lot of time to work that up. So when you engage, if you meet somebody new, or if you're trying to go after somebody to connect with them, checking out their all activity and seeing if they have any posts, seeing what posts they've commented on that you can then comment back to, because LinkedIn will then always provide the notification to that. And a lot of times what we tell people is consider following the person before you actually connect with the person.
Absolutely. I love that strategy as well. I'm all about engage. Let's go first. Look at their profile, you guys. So I can't tell you how many times I get approached to join someone's team. I get that in-mail message like, hey, you'd be a great fit for our team. Are you looking to make? No, I'm not looking for anything. Read my profile. Nowhere, it's very clear what I do, how long I've been doing it. I'm not looking to sell life insurance, or usually it's insurance companies.
Yeah.
Or, anyways. So read someone's profile. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, because you can learn a lot about someone. And then, as you said, go engage on their posts. And that for me has been like the icing on the cake of getting to meet new people and bring them into my network. So I just connected with like the VP of LinkedIn content creator group.
Nice.
Or someone. Yeah, because I checked out, I don't know how her profile came to me, but then I checked out her content and I wrote her a very honest note. Like I never sugarcoat it. It's not like blah, blah, blah. It's like, hey, you know what? And I actually said, I'm not sure how I came across your profile, but I did. And that led me to check out your content. I love your diverse content. I'd like to connect with you so we can learn from each other. Hope you're open to that. Boom.
Yeah,
connection. And that for me, that's kind of a strategic move, right?
totally. Totally. Great way to
So
go
it's
too.
right. So read their profile, read their content, and then I've got some questions here. So I've got two questions. I'm going to put them on screen. Bez says, how much has LinkedIn grown over the pandemic, and how can we grow with a platform? Oh, that's a loaded question. I don't have the statistics for that, but did it grow like 25% in the last year? Like it was a huge growth due to the pandemic.
Well, not only was there huge growth, but there was huge engagement increase.
Yes.
So, when people, I mean, when the world shuts down and the only way method that you have to communicate or to form a relationship with somebody is through a social media platform, if you're in the B2B space, LinkedIn is the place, right? I mean,
Right.
it is the most social of all social platforms. So I think LinkedIn is now pushing close to 800 million
I think
on
that sounds
their
about right.
on their users, and that's growing exponentially. I would imagine. Um, I would imagine by sometime next year they'll be over 1 billion. So
Wow.
they're on par to begin. I mean, it's a totally different platform, obviously, from all the others. There's purpose for LinkedIn more than just being there for the sake of being there, and
It's a
so
professional platform.
yes,
I mean, Instagram and Facebook, they have that business aspect, but I
mhm.
use them very differently. Like I'll just scroll and look at
Yeah,
pictures.
yeah.
I'm not really having business conversations over there. My business
Hmm.
conversations are all on LinkedIn. So if anyone's watching this, please don't send me a friend request on Facebook unless you know me. I'm going to put that out there to the world right now. If you want to connect with me on a professional level, you need to send me an email on LinkedIn and tell me why. Because if I get one more friend request on Facebook from someone that I don't know and we have some mutual friends, I just go through and delete them now.
Yeah, I don't. In fact, I don't even use Facebook except for a group. So,
I get to spy on my nieces and my family. It's
that's
really
true.
so
That's true.
and San Diego, so I can see what's going on in my, my old hometown there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so how do you grow? Well, Baz, I think that the way you grow with LinkedIn is to continue to be active and have a presence and grow your network. And if I can chime in on that, I wanted in the intro, I said, boy, I've got a story of why you need to stay on LinkedIn. So a gentleman that I met in San Diego, and I just found the notes from his meeting in 2016. He was actually, when I was getting started, he was giving me some like advice, like, hey, hit these groups up, maybe go here, go there. Well, he moved to Texas and he reached out to me about a month ago needing my help. And I was like, he had a really good, strong presence on LinkedIn and he was producing content. Well, they pivoted a little bit and he's been absent, like
Mm.
nothing on LinkedIn. He's like, so much has changed. I don't even know where to start. And I was very surprised. And I was like, why are you, I was like, I'm sorry. Great to hear from you. Hope all is well. Why are you reaching out? Because I was really like, huh, why does he want to talk to me? What's he going to sell me?
Yeah.
And it wasn't that, it's because he was doing so well. And so he disappeared. And so then it was crickets on LinkedIn. And my point with this story is if you stay away from something long enough, you're going to actually deplete your network, not be known, your brand awareness tanks down to zero. And then it's like starting
Hmm.
all over again.
It is.
So my advice is to always be on LinkedIn. There's going to be times, right, Monty, where you're really active and then you might go on vacation, your kids are starting school,
Mhm.
it's a hectic week. It's okay. Take a break. Take 2
Yeah.
weeks, but don't disappear for a year or two.
Hmm. Yeah. I'll second that. And the other thing I would say is, how do you grow with the platform? I would say don't focus on growing to the size of the platform. You know,
Ooh, I like that.
focus on growing to the size of your influence. And we have, to be honest with you, most clients, if you're working with an individual, most clients, if I took 10 new clients and dropped it in your lap today, you wouldn't be able to handle those, you know. So B2B is relationship oriented, focus on relationships. And then as those clients come, I mean, you were saying a referral partner is even better than having a couple of clients. And it's absolutely the truth, because most people's clients come through the closest relationships that they have, and then those people going and telling somebody else about you. So that is the essence, honestly, about in how LinkedIn works. It is developing those relationships. How quickly can you establish those relationships? How quickly can you establish the rapport? And then all the stuff that you're doing about posting and stuff is to develop the trust expertise around your niche, so that when people are going out and discovering the social proof that you have, that comes in and lays the foundation for you to be able to establish those relationships more quickly.
And it's there organically. So I know that
Yes.
we both believe in growing our networks organically, creating our own content, nurturing the relationships. So I've got 2 more questions that I want to make sure we answer, because these
Awesome.
people joined us live. And so we're going to go to Sherry first, and then we're going to go to Crystal. She's got a great point or question to share. So Sherry says, my concern is putting all my eggs in one basket. And that's a valid concern. Should you put everything on LinkedIn? My content's on multiple platforms, but LinkedIn is where I'm growing my business to business. So Sherry, I think it's a loaded question. There's 2 things. Are you going for B2B or B2C? Is your audience and your potential clients and referral partners, are they on LinkedIn? If they are, then that's where you want to be. But that doesn't mean you can't back everything up. Monte, what do you have to say about Sherry's question about, putting all our eggs in one basket?
Well, what you said is absolutely the truth in terms of your target market and who you're going after. But the other thing is understanding the platforms and what they specialize in. So Facebook has become a pay to play game. So you're not going to get much traction with that traffic out to people unless you are paying to either boost your posts or paying for ads. Same thing is true with Instagram. If you are, you can build up big followings on Instagram and stuff like that, but you're not having conversations with people. So you're just having very short kind of messages. Twitter is nothing more than informational. You're not having lengthy conversations and relationship building opportunities using Twitter. The average Twitter post, I think, is down to 11 seconds in terms of how long it lasts. So if you're looking at the B2B space and how you can develop content out and get your message out there, the average LinkedIn post can last, now what we've seen is anywhere from 3 days to a week. And the conversation that you can have around those posts are pretty extensive. Not only can you have a conversation with somebody in the comments section, conversations can establish with other people within your comment sections, and then you can message those people directly to extend those conversations. So LinkedIn truly is the only platform that you can establish true relationships with somebody that you've never met in your life and have those evolve into opportunities. The other platforms are extremely difficult to duplicate that.
And I always say, LinkedIn is the professional social media platform. That's where I'm going to meet other professionals. Facebook is where I'm going to buy a $35 product, right? Maybe my eyelashes or some lipstick, I'm going to buy a $35 product that I see over on Facebook.
Yeah.
So on LinkedIn, it's more the big ticket. I'm creating relationships. I'm improving my ROI, my bottom line. Sherry says, Monte, you should make a list for everyone. This is great information. Well, Sherry, this is what I do too. She's killing me. This is my friend from high school. I'm like, thanks, girl. No, just kidding. We both are LinkedIn experts in our own way, and we work with people differently. So, yes. Sherry, when you're ready, you're coming to me. Okay, let's just put that out there. So, Crystal has a great question/statement. I'd never thought of posting directly in a hashtag feed, and neither had I. I didn't know you could do this. get put in front of more hashtag followers than just using the hashtag from a general post. And what about posting from a page and the hashtag feed? So we've got to wrap up here in a couple of minutes, but I want to make sure that we answer Crystal's question. I did not know that you actually go to the hashtag feed and post there. Do you also, though, Monte, do you post in your feed as well? Like, do you double down or triple down? What is this nonsense?
So when you go up to your search bar in LinkedIn and you type in a hashtag, if you then scroll down or move your mouse down and click on the hashtag, it will take you to that specific hashtag's feed. So that hashtag.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We froze up. Hey guys, looks like we froze up. So Monte will be right back. And this new hashtag, like posting in a hashtag, that is amazing new tip that Monte was sharing with us today. Now, of course, I know, right, Crystal? Look, of course, right when he starts answering my question. So hopefully Monte will jump back in because I've got one more this or that to do with him. So let me Monte, where are you? So as we wait for Monte to come back in, you guys, I just want to throw this out there. If you're ready to get known, get found, if you're ready to get to really up your game on LinkedIn and take your boring hot mess LinkedIn profile to a badass, precise brand building profile, I've got a new service out. It's called the VIP Intensive, and it's where we work together for 4 hours and we get it all done. New background banner, new headline, new about you section, company page, and a content strategy, all in 4 hours. So if this is something that you're interested in learning more about, I am going to drop the link in there as soon as I can grab it. So it's always fun when tech issues happen, right? There we go. I know, Crystal, I am so sorry. I don't know if Monte is coming back. So we're going to try one more thing because I had another question for him. And we're going to see if he'll come back in. I'm going to go over to LinkedIn. Can you jump back in? So you guys, I really hope that this episode of Bite-Sized Tips for Busy Entrepreneurs was interesting, fun, and you learned some new things that you should be doing over on LinkedIn. I'm waiting to see Monty's over on LinkedIn. He's messaging me right now. So let's see if he can jump back in here. There is a post box at the top of the hashtag feeds. I don't recall seeing that before. Maybe I will do a quick 15 minutes of fame. Speaking of 15 minutes of fame, you guys, let's put this up right here. Boom, boom, boom. So you guys can join me tonight for 15 minutes of fame. I go live on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time with just 15 minutes. It's typically a LinkedIn tip, a strategy tip, business development, or my favorite tech tools and software programs that I'm using. So Monty is trying to get back in. Let's see. This was great. Going to check out the hashtag tip is amazing, right, Bez? I love that. So you guys, so tonight we're going to be talking tips, thoughts, and trends. And look at that, Monte is back.
You're not going to believe it.
I will.
So Comcast just showed at my house to bury a cable and just disconnected my internet. No warning, no nothing. Just see ya, Frank.
No, that's okay. I kept the show going. I am a certified virtual presenter. Just kidding. I am, but hey, you got to keep the show going, and tech happens. So thanks for jumping back on. So everyone loves that hashtag tip. And I was telling everyone to join me tonight for 15 minutes of fame, because what am I talking about, Crystal? I am still talking about bad messaging and what to do, because we're continuing with last week's saga on a bad message and how that person just sent me another message. It's going to be epic tonight. So Crystal said there is a post box at the top of the hashtag feeds. She didn't recall seeing that before. So that's where you go for the hashtag feed, put in the hashtag, and then go to that actual feed. Now, here's the question I've got to ask Monte.
Mm-hmm.
Do I post in both places, or does that show up on my profile? So just post in the hashtag feed?
Yep, you post in that profile. It doesn't do anything, or in the hashtag feed, it doesn't do anything with the post in terms of your profile. It just shows up as your post. So using your personal account, going to the hashtag feed, and then just typing out your post as you usually do, right? Then submitting it there. I have found that will improve your views and sometimes your engagement. So
I'm going to have to test it out.
Yep,
sounds interesting. I can see why it might, because people are following that particular hashtag. So if they're searching for that hashtag feed, then your content would be there. So I'm going to have to, I think we should all test that, Crystal, Bez, Monte.
I think it has something to do with the algorithm too, and that you're going specifically to, one of the key things with hashtags is it's got to be relevant to your post, right?
Right.
So if you're going to that specific hashtag, now that hashtag has to be first, by the way. So if you go post into a specific hashtag feed, make sure that hashtag is first. If you go to the hashtag LinkedIn and you do a post there, and then your first hashtag that you have in there is entrepreneurship, it won't work. So it's got to be hashtag LinkedIn first.
So Crystal said that she's going to give that a try. So this has been amazing. We're a little over time because I do respect everyone's time. So we are going to, and what did Crystal say? Hopefully more visibility outside your connections. I think that's exactly a great strategy, Crystal, to strengthen your brand awareness outside your current connections. So Crystal, one more question from Crystal, and then we're wrapping up. What about from a page? So are you saying from a company page?
Doesn't work. You can't do it with a company page. It's got to be your personal profile.
Well, that was a quick answer. That's great. Mm-hmm. So now the fun part of the show, this has all been fun, but I'd like to wrap up with what I call this or that. So Monte, I'm going to give you 2 words and you have to pick one or the other. You can't throw your own answer in there. And this is so we can get to know you a little better on a personal level. So are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Flip-flops or boots?
Boots.
Pizza or tacos?
Tacos.
Country or rock and roll?
Rock and roll.
Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
Baseball or football?
Football.
Would you rather go to the movies or take a nap?
No. Probably go to the movies.
Okay. Mini golf or real golf?
Real golf.
Laptop or desktop?
Laptop.
Podcast or video?
I'm going to go with video.
Ooh, nice. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
And wine or whiskey?
That's a tough one because I don't consume either, but we'll go with whiskey.
Okay, so then you can say NA, not applicable. That is totally fine. I guess I should do wine, whiskey, or water then.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'd go with water.
It's all good. Well, wasn't that fun? Well, thanks so much for joining today on Bite-Sized Tips for Busy Entrepreneurs. I'm so glad that I could check off your bucket list to be on my live show.
It was
Wow, I'm so
fantastic.
honored.
Thanks for having me.
It's so much fun. So, you guys just remember to connect with both of us if you haven't over on LinkedIn. Send an email, a note telling us why. And it can be as easy as I saw you live on Mary's show, or I saw you with Monty on the show and I love the content. Don't overthink the email message. Keep it short and sweet and simple. Okay. That's what I want to see. So, you guys, I'll see you tonight. 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time tonight, where I'm going to be talking about bad messaging and how to write better email messages so your connection requests get accepted. Okay, guys, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.